Like, hmm, hmm. Yep, Sahara, me too. I am. What is going on? What is going on, you guys? Okay. Whew. Whew. Okay. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. I'm gonna start with so I wanted to do it interactive because I know some people don't watch the show. So we're gonna start with these two. Ooh, look at me. Ooh, graphics, Um okay. Ooh, the comments is coming in. All right, so Clara and Ryan, guys, we're gonna get to the meat of things when we get to the meat of things. But right now, let's just go in order, okay? Let's just go in order. So, um, apparently the both of them are alphas. That's news to me. Because I feel like the Clara who we started with is not the Clara who we ended with. And I feel like Clara from episode 1, 2, 3, and 4 was an alpha. Clara episodes 13, 14, 15, 17. I don't know. I don't know. It seemed to me as if she has become like docile almost. Ooh, no. No, 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 no. But I feel like her voice, her confidence, her, has been diminished. So when they're talking about, y'all are both alphas and of course we would pair y'all together, her alpha nature has disappeared. It's gone. It's gone. Thank you, Gospel. I appreciate that. I feel like she has, you know, made herself be as a I'm trying to find a way to say this in like a non-offensive way, but she's like trying to be with this man by any means necessary, even if that means thanks, Neff. Even if that means subduing myself and my natural character just to keep him. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We gonna talk about Paige and Chris later, okay? Let's go in order. You said Ryan is type A, not an alpha. He made Clara dim. Her light just disappeared. And I'm like, where was the feist? Where was the hype Clara that was there at the beginning, Like, she just seemed like she was trapped almost. And was like, who am I dating? Funny. You're hilarious. And it seemed like, when you like go along to get along. Yeah, that's the best way that I can explain it. She is going along to get along. And I don't know if it's a fear of like not being able to find somebody who is committed to being married. Like this person is already married to you. You don't have to like stick around for 3-4 years wondering whether or not he's going to make that commitment. But not like this. Not like this. Ryan also said he needs somebody to like chip away at him. This is not like your typical dating process. It's not a thing of, someone has to build up this thing to where, okay, now I feel like I can let my walls down. Granted, I get it. You're still semi-strangers, even halfway through the process. But for you to be at the end of the process still saying, oh, I'm someone who needs, to be chipped away at. So what are you bringing then? What are you providing to where she's even wanting to chip at you? You know what I mean? Ugh. Like I just don't get it. Yeah, I want a tutorial of this look. I'll think about it, man. The makeup videos, they're exhausting. But yeah, no, these and then for Claire to say this is the healthiest relationship she's ever been in, I'm concerned. Because from time and time again, you've had so many complaints about the things that you wanted in a relationship that you were not receiving. And the fact that he had all these stipulations and you were willing to come to the plate and give those to him in order to make him feel like, this relationship is worth whatever he sacrificed to be in it. Yet when you've shared the things that you've needed, I don't feel like he's given the same sacrifices as she has. Ugh, I don't understand. Very concerning, Shaku. Delirious, okay? Jasmine says, I would have been done with Ryan after about the 100th for sure. For real. And getting no D, I would have yelled hell no at decision day. I think she's pregnant too, but you know, we never want to like put that on people, so you know, we never know. It doesn't look like when Ryan looks at Clara, while she's speaking, it's like he's throwing her a look of don't embarrass me, say what we agreed to say. Same. It's almost like we've rehearsed this. You know what's right to say. You know. Almost like I hate to bring up Derek Jackson, but like the death grip on the hand that he had of his wife, I almost feel like this is an invisible death grip that he's doing like with his eyes. I don't know. It was just really weird. It was really weird. Guys, we're going to talk about Chris not right now. Focus. There are other people in the show. Focus. No, I don't like, she didn't say she was pregnant, but just the appearance, she looks a little fuller, and they're saying they have an announcement. You know, everybody teases pregnancy, but if anybody's going to be pregnant, I think it's going to be those two. I think they're going to be, you know, have raging hormones and then slip up and boom, pregnant. It's giving me grooming vibes. Same. All right, we're going to move on. Who is next on the list? We have... Okay. This train wreck. Okay. Jacob and Haley. You guys. The fact that Haley was like, hold on, I have it in my notes. She said everything was so heavy in the beginning and she didn't like having those kind of conversations, blah, 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 blah. But throughout the, yes, Chanel, they stayed together. Throughout the experiment, there wasn't much of Haley that we were seeing. You know, like we didn't really see any deep conversations that weren't just stories. She told us a lot of stories and told us, I've always been this way. I've always been, okay, so we know that. That has been established. Who are you? Who is Haley? We know more about Jacob than we do Haley, though a lot of those traits may be negative, especially in the way that Haley presented them, like in terms of Jacob. We don't know nothing about you, except that when you don't want to do something, you're not going to do it. And you proved that throughout the entire experiment, and it was really pissing me off. Okay, seriously, guys, hold off on the Chris talk. Like we're on Jacob and Haley right now. All right, like we'll get there. All right, we'll get there. Falonia says Jacob was a G in the little get together. He said he didn't learn nothing. And that's fine. And the fact that homegirl still has her panties in a bunch over the fact that he didn't learn. If he said he didn't learn nothing, he didn't learn nothing. He said, that's the way I am. That's the way I am. You've been saying this whole time, and ain't nobody come for your neck. Now this man saying, I ain't learned nothing, and you mad? Why you mad? He not your husband no more. Why you mad? Why you mad? Oh, man. They couldn't stop arguing. This is so true. This is so true. Haley thinks she's cute and she, yikes, and she's not. She believes she deserved better than Jacob. I think she did. And my thing is like, I understand not connecting with each other if that's what we saw the first couple days. Like the first couple days, definitely there was a disconnect in their personalities, but they still had fun, you know, they cuddled, they even had sex. And she said the first couple days were great. It was like a fun experience. So my assumption is the sex must not have been that horrible. I know that's something that we were speculating, like, oh, maybe the sex was bad and she was kind of turned off from then. But that's not the vibe that I'm getting. So my thing is like, okay, you just didn't want to be vulnerable with this guy. And of course, the attraction there wasn't at the point that you had wanted. and, you know, he didn't have the personality that you had wanted, but there was some kind of vibe. And you just didn't allow yourself to be open to the possibility of being with Jacob, you know? Jacob is definitely like what's the thing? Somebody who has to grow on you, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Haley with her, woo, child. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it just really pissed me off. It really pissed me off. And also, turns out it was Haley's family that kind of made it hard for Jacob to, you know, really get close to her, because they were like, oh, just give her time. She needs her Haley space or whatever. And then she's like, oh, he was distant. It's your folks. Your folks are the one who said Haley needs her space. Haley needs her time. Okay, he's trying to give you your space, give you your time. And now it's he don't talk to me. He don't connect with me. Well, blame your people. Your people, like, especially the mom. I feel like the mom is kind of an enabler. And if Haley doesn't want to do something, the mom will provide justification for it. And then Haley feels vindicated because my mom agrees. Yes, I am right. And the bracelet thing, gospel, like the mom always had something to co-sign when it came to Haley's decisions. So it made her feel, you know, justified in the decisions that she made. And it's like, no, in most of these cases, you've been in the wrong. Say what you want to say about Jacob, but there were times where he really did try. There were. And the times that she tried was like, okay, now we're going to communicate. Let me tell you about another story when I was a stubborn kid. We know. A period, Fedora. Acquired taste. That's what I was looking for. Thank you, Sahara. You see, y'all be knowing. Her mom made her that way by enabling her spoiled attitude. I agree. I feel like however old you are, you should be able to see that there's certain facets of yourself that need reform. We're all like that. You know, I'm 24 and I look at my life and I'm just like, yo, there are some things that I can reverse from now. And the fact that at your big age, you're like, nope, nothing's wrong with me. I'm great. Anything that's adverse in my life, it must be an external influence. Sis, come on. No. Which is why her mind is fixed on thinking she's perfect. And I think she wants to see that, you know, she has faults, but like she's genuinely wired in a way to think, no, if bad things happen, it couldn't have been me. It just couldn't have been. I do think she thought he was beneath her. I would have to agree. I honestly would have to agree. Hey, Miss Bell, happy Wednesday. Yeah, I'd have to agree. That's all I have about the two of them. It was a tragedy. A tragedy, especially because when you see them together, like in pictures that they took, I could see them as a couple in the streets. Like it wouldn't even cross my mind that they would have issues. Like they look compatible when they are having a good time. They look compatible when you look at like the different things that they value in life. Like they seem compatible. It was just a lack of investment, a lack of trying, and it was just sad. Haley and Jacob made the mature choice to cut their losses. Far too much arguing between them. Yeah, you're true. You're right. You're absolutely right. Okay. Eric and Virginia. Oh man. He is still upset that he is not her number one. And I could see how that would piss you off, being a husband. But he makes it hard to want to be someone, like, he makes it hard. I'm trying to find the words. He makes it hard for Virginia to see him as number one when he, like, suffocates her. You know what I mean? There was one episode where she was damn near having a full-on panic attack, and he couldn't even Like, he couldn't even help her in that. You know what I mean? Virginia looked so scared. That's what I'm saying. He gives me control freak vibe. Jacob and Haley did not stay together, Miss Bell. I forgot to say that. They did not stay together. Eric couldn't be in my top 10 on a good day. Yeah, like somebody who's so controlling or just, constantly wants to know where you are, where you're at, da da da. But then at any drop of the hat, he's saying things like, well, you can leave. You can leave. Why would I want to put somebody as my number one when they're constantly looking for the closest exit? Does that make sense to you, Eric? Does that make sense to you? They're going to have problems with the drinking. Absolutely. He used the proposal to pursue her. Someone says, I'm so disgusted with this season. He was begging like Keith Sweat. Good God. Oh my goodness. It was so, like listening back to the flashbacks, it was embarrassing because he said, she's such a free spirit who can't be tamed, and that's what I love about her. And not even 10 seconds later, you guys, he's like, she needs boundaries. She needs boundaries? Is she a dog? I'm sorry, is she a zoo animal? What do you mean she needs boundaries? Like, granted, do I believe that, she could rein some things in? Yes. But for you to say the person that you're in an intimate relationship with, who you claim to love, needs boundaries, that's giving me control. That's giving me manipulation. That's giving me emotional abuse. And I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Did you see that she didn't say nothing at all in front of the experts? Listen, she can't say anything because he's going to threaten to leave her, and then they're both going to cry, and then he's going to be like, oh, I never want to be alone again. And then oh my gosh, it's just too much. It's too much. It's too much. And I feel like he may be someone, I don't know this man, I don't know his history, so do not take these words as gospel. But he has the capability of isolating somebody to the point where you are their only support. And they truly do need you in order to survive. And it's giving me that, and that's very scary. That is very scary. I want better for Virginia and Clara. If only they would know their value. Dang. It's sad. It's sad. It's really sad. And she's young. She's young, and she clearly wants to stay young. She wants to be at her friend's house. She wants to get plastered on Tuesday. Like, she wants these things. Shows up late to work every day. Like, is this what you want? To be in a marriage that feels like house arrest? I don't know. Hey, Jada. His insecurities got in his way, 100%. 100%. And my thing is, if you want to be the number one in my life, make me feel like you're going to stay through the good, bad, and the ugly. You can't be offering the door every time we have a little tiff. You can't do that. And he does that every time. They'll argue about Rocky or whatever the damn dog's name is. Well, you can go. So why would I make you my number one? Why would I make myself open up to you and be completely vulnerable to you and put my whole self, my love, my money, my time, my emotions, everything into you when you've shown me that it takes but a wrong direction of the wind blowing for you to call it quits? That's manipulation. That's emotional abuse. And we got to be honest about that. We got to be honest. Yeah, I'm going to watch Unmatchables after. But this couple looks kind of weird. So I don't know. They're kind of embarrassing me as a black person. I think she wants to change, but the way he's trying to control is just making her more rebellious. I would agree. And the thing is too, like, alcohol was something that she was doing. I don't know as a coping mechanism or not, but it was definitely something that she was very dependent on. I feel like if she were to get in a place in this relationship where she did not know how to properly process her emotions and the things that she's going through, she's going to resort to alcohol. And Lord knows how bad that could possibly get, you know, when you use alcohol as a coping mechanism or alcohol to run away from problems. You know, I fear for her. I fear for her. You think Virginia won't stay with Eric, Deborah? I don't know. I think he's gonna. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. They want different things in life. I actually don't think that they want different things in life. I just think they're at different places within their lives. I think he needs somebody who's ready to be a housewife, and she needs to be alone. She needs to have therapy to where she can work through her traumas, because she has a lot of them. She has, excuse me, sorry. She has severe anxiety. You know what I mean? She needs to spend time working on herself, unattached. And he needs somebody who's just ready to become that, you know, got your slippers, your dinner, dessert, and so much more. Cause child. Whew. Zena says, you don't think they'll last? I don't think they will either. They might last, like, in terms of coming back to the reunion or something like that, but long term, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, but whenever she sobers up, he's drill sergeant. Ass will still be there telling her what to do. And that's why I'm saying I fear for her, because it will always be something that she has to run to in order to escape her problems. If she doesn't find another way to cope with things than just alcohol, she's going to be constantly in a state of, I need to be numb. I need to find a way to not feel whatever it is that I'm feeling and just deal with it later. And by the time you sober up, you got to go and do it again. I don't know how long ago decision day was, but maybe 3 months ago. Maybe 2 or 3 months ago. I'm not sure. It's not healthy, Gospel. That's the point. It's not healthy. It's very scary. It's very scary. I know it's bad to wish ill on people, and I'm not wishing ill on them as individuals. I just genuinely think maybe take a pause on this relationship. Like, even if it's just a month, just for you to regroup, just for you to see if this is truly what you want, because, you know, you've been in this experiment. It's high intensity, it's high emotion, but have you really processed, you know, whether or not you want this long term? And even if you do want it, whether or not you're capable of surviving through it. You know what I mean? Dang. The reunion looks like it's going to be hot. Listen, first of all, Brianna looks fine as hell. That's number one. But number two, Haley and Jacob, oh, true to nature. They are at each other's throats in that reunion. I'm so ready. She should have said no on decision day, because I think Eric, you and these 3Ks every time is killing me, will make it a nightmare for Virginia to divorce him the longer they stay together. Man. Yeah. And there's been situations too where even with couples who have said no on decision day, because whether I don't know you guys if you guys know this or not, like most people might know if you watch the show, but the divorce is actually on the couple. The show doesn't help you with the divorce. So if you say no on decision day, it is up to you and your partner to get that sorted. Whether you want a divorce or have an annulment, the show has nothing to do with that. So there's been people who have said no on decision day, and their partner is dragging their feet to get this divorce. And I feel like that's kind of what Eric would do. He gives me very much so like, you are trying to leave me? You're leaving me? Nah, that's not gonna happen. The reunion should have been this week, and it should only be one part. Why is it 2 parts? Why are we here for another 2 weeks? Doesn't make any sense. He is so set on the fact that he was married before. He is trying to use his same method in a new situation, but he forgot that he failed before. 100%. If you were such an expert on marriage, you'd be married right now. And in my opinion, nobody is an expert on marriage. Because if you were an expert in marriage, there would need to be a formula in order to make it work. And that formula must work every single time. This is not math. There's not one answer. So, oh my gosh. It was so irritating to hear him keep saying that, because I'm just like, you're not an expert in marriage. You're not. No one is. Nobody is. You're an expert in you understanding the partner that you have chosen to be with. So you're an expert in your marriage. If you want to say that. That's the only thing you're an expert in. But in marriage as a concept, no. You're not. You're not. He and Haley think too highly of themselves. Damn, yeah, I would have to agree. Virginia only says yes because they're a caption. Stop it. Yeah, the reunion's in 2 parts. It's ridiculous. I'm so over it. That's why he's divorced, period. It's part 2 because of Chris. He wants a whole episode to himself. Not even that. They've been doing that as of late, like shows in general. Some shows have 3-part reunions. But, for other shows, I kind of get it because it has been hard to fit in all the drama within an hour. But Married at First Sight is already 2 hours long. You're telling me we can't get through all of this within 2 hours? Then you have these dramatic walkaways and yelling and all this stuff that we didn't need all of that. That's why y'all be taking so long to just conclude these seasons. Good God. Well, the reunion is in 2 parts for what? Yeah. Girl, if no one has said how, aw, thanks. Thank you, Rhonda. Chris, what he needs more time. That'll be, child. Y'all being disrespectful over here. All right. Brianna and Vincent. I actually have a question for you guys. Okay. Can you choose to love somebody who you believe belittles you and is rude to you? That's a question that I'm going to pose to you guys. Don't even put Brianna and Vincent into this. Like, I want y'all to answer that for yourselves. Okay, Felonia says no. Faith says no. Marcia says no. Yes, Miss Bell, the last couple stayed together. I keep forgetting to say that, so thank you for reminding me. Well, you think Brie and Vincent will split up too? Rhonda says no. Okay, so here's my confusion. These 2 have said that they love each other. These 2 have said, they're committed to, living a life together. But down to the last day of the experiment, Vincent is still saying things like she's rude, she belittles me, she's disrespectful. So if she is all these things, why are you here? Why are you still here? Because for me, personally, thank you, Veronica, it's giving, how can I, this is going to sound so bad, but whatever. How can I break this woman down to a point where, she basically, how can I break her down so she stays around, because I feel like at every point he's been like, you do this, you do that, you do that, you do this, and I don't like it, I don't like it, I don't like it. Knowing that they've expressed to each other that they love each other, knowing that Brianna very much so wants to be with him. So she has had to make amendments in order to make him feel like more of a man. So, like, I don't know. This is also giving me emotional abuse. It's also giving me childish, very childish. For some reason, this feels like a very immature relationship, and I don't understand why, because they are older than me. So what's going on? I'm scared. Is like dating is dead for me at this point, because just sad. It's the insecurities gospel 100%. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't. He's not ready to be married. He's a whole child. I like it. You know, when, I don't know, it almost feels like he wants to punish her, you know? Like, I don't like when you do this. Change that. And she changes it. Cool. Now you're in my good graces because you changed something that I didn't like. How do you love somebody who you constantly have to form? You know what I mean? And you cannot forget. I know he said we were reading into it, but you cannot forget when his family said he can get mean, he can get aggressive when he's angry. And even though we haven't seen it on the show, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't. Oh, I know they're going to stay together, Bethany. 100% they're going to stay together. But like, I just find it hard to believe that you think all of these poor things about this person who you claim to love and then still want to commit to being in a relationship with them. Like, to me, it's giving me, how can I make you into the person who I want you to be? And I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Is Ryan doing the same? I don't know. Marcia says she's the only one compromising. I don't want to say she's the only one, but she's definitely been making more strides than he has in terms of character development. Like, for me, when he was having his little tantrums, I think it was more so like everybody thinking that he was throwing a tantrum that made him change. Not necessarily that Brianna, needed more from him, that he stood up. You remember when he had the conversation with his friend and his friend was like, are you for real right now? Like, do you hear yourself right now? So, from the sounds of it, we're just saying everybody should break up. Marcia said she'll wind up losing herself. I agree. I think the same thing that happened to Clara is going to happen to Brianna. She's going to want to just go along to get along. And then down the line, you're going to look back at yourself and be like, what happened to me? Gospel says she should end it. She conforms to his request, but he's still a whiner. I can't stand a whining ass man. I can't stand a whiner either. I can't, especially at this grown age. Like, come on. And like, no, let me not say that. Remember when she said he was unorganized? He clapped back by telling her she was a turnoff. I'm scared for when he will really get angry. Yeah, it's the tit for tat thing. They do that. Yes, I can see Vincent screaming at the top of his lungs. They're about to burst. Soren and calling Brie out of her name. And it's because of that family, eh? I feel like your family is never going to say anything like that on television unless it's something that they have witnessed before. Because why else would you say that? Why would you say that? Brie has been silenced in her own marriage. To some degree, I would say so. But I feel like he has... it just scares me, man. Thank you, Elaine. Spanish anger is a different anger? What are you talking about? Anger is anger, okay? I don't care where you're from. I don't give a damn where you're from. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I don't care where you're from. Don't even blame it on culture. I do not care. Manipulation is manipulation. Anger is anger. It don't matter what region you reside. Oh, you're just saying it'll be intensified because of where he's from? If that's what you're saying, then fine. Veronica says, as a Dominican, this behavior does not come as a surprise. He exhibits very similar behavior to many Dominican men. I was listening to Jessie Wu and she was saying the same thing. She was like, I've been with somebody who was very, Vincent like, and this is kind of how they are. And I don't want to blanket, a whole demographic of people because that's a disservice to them. But I'm scared. How is Brie working, cooking, cleaning, and Vinny, the housewife? I'm dead. Oh, he looks like the explosive type somebody said. Yeah. Vinny is a ticking time bomb, and when the cameras go away, he's really going to show it. Yeah, I agree. And of course, we know it is a TV show. We know that the negative is going to be highlighted. So it's very possible that we are not seeing the full picture with all of these relationships, 100%. But there's just too much smoke for me not to think that there's fire. It's just too much. All right. So for the reason why y'all are here, the absolute hottest mess in television history. That's exaggerative, but go with me. Paige and Chris. I'm going to just let y'all sound off on what y'all want to say before I even say what I want to say. Okay, I'm going to just let y'all have your moment. Not blur this man's face. Oh, Miss Bell, no, they stayed together. They are together. Everybody besides Haley and Jacob and Paige and Chris stayed together. Okay, here y'all go. Let's get into the tomfoolery. I don't have words bad enough for this Mitch Chris. I'm dead. But Lord, Paige screams, I don't know my self-worth. I need therapy. She's made it hard to feel sorry for her. Not gonna lie, Chris's last speech was what? Girl, that was for Paige. It was performative. That was not real. And I know it's not real because of the things that he's been saying here on social media. It's not real. Of course, Chris wanted the spotlight. He's so dramatic. Exactly. Thank you. Did Chris cry again? Girl, he cried, ran away, everything. He did everything. All right? Okay, so I'm going to share my personal opinion. As I've said before, a lot of it does have to do with her religious background, right? But at some point, in my opinion, there's a cap on that. Some of it actually does have to do with what she believes she deserves in a partner. And I believe that she hasn't maybe come to grips with knowing what she deserves. Or maybe this is what she believes that she deserves, someone who's able to, give you the flattery when it's necessary. And at least we have sex. At least, he can say a nice thing when he needs to, even though, the bad outweighs the good at this point. Like, oh, Brittany, you're not going to get a link right now. Like the episode just finished. So it's probably going to be like a tomorrow thing. Does the Bible say be a doormat? No, Fedora, it does not. But it does say submit to your husband. And I think that a lot of women have misconstrued that message. Okay? In order to submit to a husband, if you are a couple who believes in biblical principles, one, he needs to also subscribe to biblical principles, which time and time again, he did not. That's number one. Number two, it says submit to a man who submits to God, okay? Which he does not. So when people are talking about, well, you're supposed to be submissive as a wife, read the whole thing, okay? Read the whole thing. Jasmine says both they behinds were running and crying. Oh my gosh, it did seem like an episode of Maury, child. You ain't never lied. Oh my goodness, you ain't never lied. At least Chris learned something in the end. Jake learned nothing. Oh man, I get the Christian aspect, but God did not say be a fool. He has to submit himself. Yes. Man should love you like how Christ loves the church, 100%. Who is doing paid? We're not gonna talk about that, but it's very upsetting, especially as a Black woman who is of similar age to Paige, watching the things that she allowed this man to get away with, because it wasn't even like I have idolized marriage and I'm just really trying to make this work. No, it was like I will accept whatever I can get at this point, because every time that he would crap in her face, if he just came and said any form of pleasantry, she was completely flipped around. And I'm like, this is embarrassing, girl. It's embarrassing for you. It's embarrassing for me. It's embarrassing for the show. We're embarrassed. We are embarrassed. Somebody's asking if if Mercedes was really pregnant. The rumor is no. Keep in mind that I said rumor. I do not know. I do not know that woman. I can't speak on her womb. So if they say it's a miscarriage, then I'm gonna say it's a miscarriage, because that's what they said. All right. That's the story I'm sticking to. I'm a Christian and I don't take bull from no man. Period. Born and raised in the church, and you cannot bring no Chris type into my life. All right. I will show you the wrath of Christ, because Jesus got angry too. He flipped tables. Listen. How is she gonna let Chris mustache choose her? Oh my gosh. Whew. Yeah. And that's also what pissed me off. He had told you weeks ago that he wants a divorce. He was calling this quits. So he's already told you, you're not worth my time. You're not worth me trying. You're not worth this experiment. Therefore, I'm out. And I'm not even going to give you an option. This is not a discussion. I'm telling you, we're done. And now, weeks later, you're out here talking about, well, maybe we didn't get enough time. Maybe if, we would have really taken in the experience. Babe, the wedding was over 6 weeks prior to the wedding. Okay? He did not respect you before he even knew you. Let's be honest. Because this whole sympathy thing of how Mercedes was going through issues with her father and stuff. Okay, that's sad. But the deed was going to make her feel better? That was your solution? Dick her down? Stop. I can't. Paige talking about 60% of her wanted to stay. I was like, sis, you had the easiest decision. Absolutely no contemplation was needed. And that's what I'm saying. He can say anything and she would just flip. Like, if anybody believes in a soul tie, or if anybody didn't believe in a soul tie, you just saw one pan out for 8 weeks. This is a soul tie. Anytime this man runs out the room, she's a runner, she's a track star. She's right there. She is right there. Oh my goodness. Someone says, wait, she let him choose. I'm no longer mad at Chris no more. I can't even be that mad at Chris. Honestly, my biggest issue is with Paige. Because from day one, he showed you who he was. And you stayed. And they're both talking about how the greatest obstacle in the relationship was the fact that um, there was a baby involved. No. He's been disrespecting you since the altar, before baby was even in the picture. So miss me with that. There's no word more powerful than desperate. Shame. Paige needs to find common sense. Somebody says it seems it has escaped her. Child, I don't even know. I would have said what Woody said. Yeah, Woody was making points last week for sure. I wouldn't even show up, just send the divorce papers, period, if he's even going to sign them. Raimi, I don't know how to say your name, I apologize. But Virginia has always been about that life, okay? Virginia is always like trying to start something. She's like, wait, what? That decision was hard? How? What do you mean? What was hard about it? I love her so much. Like, she's so problematic, but I love her. Maybe the ride to Pound Town was lovely for Paige, more than lovely. And I feel like even after decision day, they were probably still getting it on. I just want to, oh. Nika said baby had nothing to do with it, period. Baby never had anything to do with it. He's disrespectful, narcissistic, think he's God's gift. He does. He could bring her. Jesus. Oh my gosh. Oh no. I don't think they're doing second chances anymore, Bella. I haven't seen it in a while. But no, if they're going to bring anybody back, it cannot be her. It's just, she really needs to grapple with the idea that marriage is not the end all and be all of life. And there are people who may never get married. Like, I know not everybody watching this video is Christian, but from a Christian standpoint, God does not promise marriage. He doesn't. At all. Anywhere in the Bible. It's not there. You will not find it. So the fact that, you know, she has really idolized it so much so that she was willing to put up with this guy, you know, under the guise of, but God, you know, ordained this. No, I can't speak for him, but I'm pretty certain he did not. Pretty certain he did not. Yeah. After the season, Married at First Sight is done, you'd be surprised. We will be right back come July 12th. They going to Texas? I want to see what's going on in Texas. Come on, me. Come on, me. I bet it was lovely because sis had her wig up. Oh my gosh, you guys, and this woman's hair. Oh. Marriage is honorable, but not this one. Yeah, 100%. I was proud of Chris for being vulnerable at the end until I saw the preview for the reunion. Honestly, I was not proud of Chris because I felt like it was performative. I felt like it was, this is my last ditch effort on trying to get Paige back. Because he knows that all he has to do is say something nice. You cannot tell me these two were not still knocking boots. They were. They were. They might not say it, but they was. There's no way you're this connected with somebody and they don't and you're not physically, you know, entertaining him. There's no way. Like, that level of delusion cannot exist. It can't. Can it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Chris was acting and still is 100%, Marcia. 100%. And the Academy Award goes to 100% Lakeisha. Jeez, Deborah says Chris was fake in the beginning and and the end, and it's not over till the reunion. He thinks he thinks he's a TV star now, 100%. They are very draining. But yeah, for the most part, it mainly just broke my heart, mainly because I have had friends who have the mentality that she has, that, all I need is to be married and then all will be well. Listen, IDs don't guarantee that you're gonna have a great marriage. And I don't know who made women think that those were correlated, that, now that you're married, you're set for life. That's never been the case. You need to be with somebody who's willing to make a conscious decision to love and respect you day in and day out. And from day one, he proved the opposite. So I don't know what she was waiting around for. I don't know why she thought they just needed more time. I don't know why she thought, if the baby wasn't a factor. No. Get out. Like, stop. Bella. Jeez. Yo, Bella got the blicky today. Oh my gosh. Society said that to women. This is true, but at some point, like, she's what, 20, 27? At some point, you've got to decide what's for you and what was imposed by society. You know what I mean? Like, yes, society did perpetuate that idea, but at some point, like, Felonia says Dr. Viviana was ready to make that decision for her. Listen, it killed me. Dr. Viviana and Pastor Cal were both like, excuse me, no. And then you have Dr. Pepper just there like, listen, I've been checked out from the first week. I don't even know why we're still here. Bella says, yes, our foremothers suffered so we wouldn't have to. 100%. My mom is very religious, and even she would be like, run for the hills. Miss Bell says, women want a ring by all means necessary. They don't care no more. That ring ain't gonna love you, though. That ring ain't gonna respect you. That ring ain't gonna treat you right. That ring is a piece of jewelry. If the commitment behind the ring is not there, the ring is a piece of metal. It means nothing. Oh my gosh. Dr. Pepper was done before the show. So true. Pastor Cal was also, yep. I enjoyed the crying. It was about the ring. If it's about the ring, buy one yourself. 100%. Go ahead and tell people you married. Like, you just want to look like you're married. You can do that. You can do that. I felt so bad. I just, man. Tiffy says, all that emotion was scary, not gonna lie. Chindi, it's her nodding like he's making. I was like, why do you feel like he's saying something revolutionary here? He's not. He's not. Secretly, I hope this was all fake and scripted. It had to be. He had to have come with a mission, because there's no way he was willing to portray himself as this big of a villain, knowing how big the show is, knowing how invested people are in this show. And this show is very unique in that people will dig. Before the show started, they knew his exes. They knew the story. They knew everything. And you wanted to risk being a villain for a check? No. Some of this was definitely calculated. Had to be. Had to be. It had to be. No, he can't afford a ring. I'm dead. If you're going to follow the covenant, it can be a rubber band on a finger. Right? The ring is just jewelry. 100%. It's about the covenant, and he never upheld it. He never wanted to. Bella says, I'm a little worried about Paige. She advertised her ignorance and foolery on national TV. Lord, be a block to the narcissist thinking food. Yeah, that's another thing too. Like, you've showed the world that you're like a doormat. And that's scary. But then you have people like in old seasons, like Iris, who was also, religious and stuff like that. But she didn't have this, I'm going to be a doormat mentality. She didn't. So it's very possible for you to be a Christian woman, but also have standards. Like, please, as a Christian woman, I would hope that that would be the case. My goodness. He needs to get that Benz back. Listen. Paige was just in awe in the get together when he was giving his fake speech. Just sickening. Sickening. Just sickening. Chris' face after Paige finally made her decision was priceless. Man. And I was like, this is how I know they were still knocking boots. Because he said, I can even speak for Paige and say we're undecided. Oh, really? Because I thought you guys just reunited today. I thought that was the narrative you guys were going with. So clearly y'all was doing something on the low. And if that's the case, baby, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with you two agreeing to be friends with benefits. You're already married, you've already decided to commit to each other. He obviously likes your body. Emphasis on body. You clearly were attracted to him at some point, and I'm not gonna lie, he did kind of look good when he cut his hair. I low-key was like, conflicted. But, if y'all just want to have that sex relationship, that's fine. But don't be out here looking at Boo the Fool, making it seem like you would just accept anything in a relationship. And it also pissed me off that she was contemplating staying with him because you have proved to him that he can do whatever he wants on God's green earth as long as he comes and apologizes. And then you're fine. You can never be with somebody who already sees you as, someone who he's able to, someone who's malleable, let me say, you've already presented yourself as that to him. He's gonna run that cow dry. He's gonna use that forever. I'm sorry, stupidity is not glamorous 100%. It's obvious people come to this show because they're desperate to be married, so they will tolerate everything. Well, no, there have been some people who weren't necessarily desperate, but just didn't really know where else to turn. And when things didn't work, they were not just going to accept anything that the person was giving. You know what I mean? So I can see that perspective, but that hasn't always been the case. Is dating in Atlanta this bad? According to the comments in a lot of the videos, yes. People were saying yes. I don't want to read Chris's facial features, but woo, the audacity. Right. I definitely think they were still sleeping together. Maybe still are. We don't know. She can't handle non-committal boom boom town. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. And it's definitely not for her. Some of these comments I just kind of got to skip over. Paige should cut her losses. He doesn't respect her and never will. She's setting herself up to be miserable. Okay, so we basically exhausted all of that, right? The reunion. He does his whole storm off thing that he's so skilled on doing, and she's still running after him. And I'm just like, have we learned nothing? What is it gonna take? What is it gonna take? Does he have to kill your dog? What is it? Lovely said she is diminishing her lights to let his shine. What his? I know what you're saying, but what his? What is? Nothing about him is shiny. Nothing about him is shiny. All that glitters is not gold. Oh my goodness. Yeah. That's all I gotta say. I feel like at the reunion, we're gonna find out that they were definitely getting busy more than they made it seem. I need some kind of explanation, not necessarily that I need, but I want some kind of explanation from Ryan and why he was so Ryan. Why he was so Ryan. I definitely want to see what Haley and Jacob were fighting about because it's always a hoot with those two. And I actually don't think Virginia, hey Monica, I actually don't think Virginia and Eric made it. I don't know. Lakeisha, I don't blame you. I do not blame you at all. Bella says, my 2021 mind can't handle another willfully ignorant act by Paige. Not watching. She makes my teeth itch. Not itch. Oh no. I'm pretty sure the show aired before the reunion. Yeah, no, it did. It did. Because mainly, like, people respond to things that were being said, like, on social media and stuff like that. That's normally what reunions are about. Something about Ryan, I can't put my finger on it. Something. I can't put my finger on it either. I don't know. I don't know. And I know a lot of people were like questioning his sexuality. I don't think that's a thing. See, virgin makes more sense to me because he has said, I'm only gonna have sex with somebody when I love them, but he ain't never been in love. So how you had sex before? Questions that need answers. Say what we agreed to say. Wow. I don't remember what that was in reference to. So proud. No, so for Paige to watch the show, see all the things this man said about her, and still want to run after him. Yep. Yep. Oh, Bella. Man, damn. You guys in this gay business, guys. I think Ryan is very secretive on camera, and that's what people sense. I feel off camera he is more himself, and that part Clara likes. Their relationship feels like a secret. Yeah. Yeah. Because let's be honest, we were saying the same things last year about Karen. We were like, oh, Karen is so standoffish, she's rude, it's never gonna work between the two of them. As soon as the cameras left, they like fell head over heels for each other. You know what I mean? So that's why like I'm saying like we should be careful and like imposing sexuality stuff on him. But then here I am talking about his sexual activity, so I'm a hypocrite. I don't know. We don't know if Claire's pregnant. We don't know. Or maybe y'all might know because y'all be the FBI out there. I don't know. You didn't like Karen at all? Shame. Karen wasn't trying to control Miles though. A lot of people thought that she kind of was. Controlling in the sense that like, let me show that this is the behavior that I don't like so that you can exhibit behavior that I do. It's like an inadvertent kind of controlling, but you know what I mean? I'm sad to see how Clara disposition has changed. Same. The vibrant personality that was there in the beginning has definitely dissipated. There is always two sides of a couple. Private, public can either be good or bad. I feel like there's even three sides to a couple, you know, the way that they want to be, the way that they're presented, and then the way that they could be if they worked on certain things. So even the two of them, the way that like they come across on camera might actually be just how they are, and they might just be okay with that. And there might be things that we're not seeing behind the camera. And there might be things that they're saying, you know what, like we've noticed our issues from watching back the show, and we're going to work on ABCD, and we're going to be better because of it. So who knows? We could have done without Haley and Jacob this whole season. I agree, Lena. I agree. Oh my goodness. Clara was definitely bubbly. 100%. 100%. All right, y'all. I feel like I've said all that I needed to say. I want to see the show where they propose without seeing each other again. I want to see the show where they propose without seeing each other again. Oh, Love is Blind? I'm like, what are you saying? Yeah, I think it's coming back in August or something like that. I'm definitely going to do that on this channel. Yes, decision day was tonight. Felonia, when that mug called her ugly, I was done. Yo, he said you could have gotten a Hispanic queen, a white queen, a light-skinned queen, a Parisian queen. Like, he was saying, out of all the people you could have picked, you chose Paige. If that doesn't scream, throw the hot grits on his face, put the baby oil on the floor while he's showering, I don't know what does. It is going to be Madea's family reunion up in this piece. If you say some mess like that about me, oh my gosh, I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. And I'm going to brag while I'm in jail of the things that I did. If ever you said some of the things that he said about her, oh my gosh. Fedora, I'm dead. Disrespectful to beautiful black women and beat his ass with that skillet. Period, man. RC. Pastor Cobb was doing the bare minimum to sign up for Paige. Dr. Viv had to. I think he was just tired. I think everybody was just done. Yes, Felonia. Yes. That. Yes. He's worth catching a case for me. You embarrass me on national television, I'm going to prison. I'm going to prison. Watch your back. Watch your back. Ooh, I'm in these streets. You hear me? Whew. It was good chatting with you, Deborah. Have a good night. I'm about to come off of this thing. I'm going to go to 11:30. Let's do that. I feel like that's good enough. Last actual episode was today. Reunion part 1 is next week. And then the second part is after that. If Paige doesn't read him on decision day, today was decision day, I don't even know why I expect her to stand up for herself if she hasn't done it all season. Yeah. I wonder if Vinny showed Bree that meme because... Oh! I hope they address that meme. If y'all don't know the meme I'm talking about, it was in last week's live. Man. Where's my wine? Remember, I drank it all last night. I didn't save any for today. We'll have wine next week. Okay. I'm done with Christmas. Oh my God. Yo. Not Pee Wee Herman. Marcia. Good Lord. The meme was in last week's live. No, Bella, where he posted basically a nappy-headed trolls doll and was like, this is what the girls with braids look like, or something like that. It was embarrassing. It was so embarrassing. Oh, man. Oh, I am in tears. I am in tears. So, yeah, what are your guys' projections? Okay. There's always a couple that, leaves decision day seemingly good and comes back in shambles. Who do you guys think that is? Who do you guys think that's going to be? My prediction is Eric and Virginia. That's my opinion. Who do you guys think? I mean, Ryan and Clara are like a close second. Close second. Somebody said Eric and Virginia too. Recent. It was recent. Ray says he agrees. Oh, I'm assuming that's a guy. I'm sorry. Ray said they agree. All the couples who said yes are still together, and Paige and Chris are still kicking it, Fedora says. Jacob is coming ready for the reunion. He said, Haley, stop lying. Oh, I'm ready. Diane agrees. Alexis Marie says, if Ryan and Clara don't sleep together, Clara's going to be unhinged like the jaws of hers. Like that jaw of hers. Damn. Jeez, Ray Janine. I don't know if that clarifies a sex, in my opinion. So I'll stick with they for now. Prediction, everybody needs to go home alone and regroup. Damn. I hope for all of them, they need new partners. Damn. Paige gonna go back as a single mother. Oh, God of mercy. You guys are ruthless. You guys have no mercy. Can you do an overview of what happened? My cable isn't working and you need an overview now? You might have to go back and watch the live because I don't think we could do an overview now. Chris never told the group about the miscarriage. True. I need Mercedes to say something because everybody's here talking about her womb. And, I feel like if y'all talking about my womb, I need to settle the argument, It's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. Oh, all y'all's cable was messed up? I'm sorry. Yeah, I watch it on Philo, so, you know what I mean? If you have Philo. Has it been 15 minutes? No, not even close. Cool. You wouldn't be surprised if people show up pregnant? What y'all talking about? Oh, the single mother business? Shame. Paige is very intelligent and well educated. She has book smarts, but no mother wit? Ooh, that's bold gospel. Damn. Paige holding on like a vice grip, Miss Gorilla Glue. Gosh. I can't wait for Love is Blind season 2. It can't come fast enough. Sick of Married at First Sight. I think Married at First Sight should just stick to the authenticity. We have so much trash television. It's already out there. It's already out there. Oh, I didn't know what mother wit meant. I've never heard that phrase before. I thought you meant like capabilities of being a mother. That's why I was like, ooh, wow. Maybe she will pop up next week in the reunion Mercedes, Maybe. Who knows? Yes, after season 9, it was just too much. That's what I'm saying. Right? Let us see blossoming love, not some setups of clearly incompatible people. It's depressing. We see that all the time. We see relationships crumble all the time. You know? I don't know if you guys know the show First Dates, but I feel like those people, whoever is doing the matchmaking on First Dates, really knows how to find compatibility in people, because the people who they put together is just like, fits like a glove. So Married at First Sight needs to outsource some matchmakers from the First Dates crew, and they would have better success, child. What are you going to be reviewing since Married at First Sight is ending? Good question. I don't know. I don't know. Such a good question. That's why I can't just do reviews on this channel. Like, yeah, reviews is what like is popping on my channel, but like sometimes it's like, okay, there's literally nothing on TV that I want to talk about. Have I watched Love on the Spectrum on Netflix? No, I have not. They don't even try anymore. Nope, they don't. Because they really messed up this time. Yup. Dr. Pepper seems so over this child. I'll be surprised if she comes back next year. I'll be surprised. You said you need counseling? I'm dead. That's hilarious. Not you need counseling from this. Yeah, I think if they just go back to the formula of trying to make genuine couple, and I think too, for the sake of the experiment, I know this is hard, but maybe look outside of just that city. Like, I find it hard to believe that my perfect match is in my postal code. You know? Like, what's the likelihood of that? What is the likelihood of that? If my perfect match, let's say, was in Houston, I would be willing to make it work if they really did make a deliberate effort in making sure we were compatible, and if through the process we were able to forge a genuine connection and a genuine relationship. I would make it work, even though we're not in the same postal code or zip code, as you Americans say. Dr. Viv is useless in my opinion. Sorry, not sorry. They need a black female counselor. I truly believe that race has nothing to do with it. But I hear your sentiment and it's valid. I'm done with reality TV. Going back to Law and Order reruns, it suits me. That's hilarious. They need to go back to season 1. Someone said, oh my gosh, they have Judge Lynn take over for Viv. I have no idea who that is. Are we done yet? Child, we're done. All right. Listen up, everybody. Have a good night. I'm debating whether or not I will even do a video next week, just because it's a 2-parter. And like, I think we can just wrap it up in one. I don't know if we need 2. So yeah. Oh, I thought it was originally from Lifetime. That's crazy. Good night, Felonia. I hope I'm saying that right. My apologies if I'm not. All right, y'all. Everybody have a good night. Enjoy yourselves. Be kind to one another. All of that business. All of that business. I am saying it right. Period. Get at me. Deuces.